Right, let's try this again. It feels like this whole week is cursed. I swear to God. It's like this past like 5 or 6 streams have been so cursed. It's so annoying. Yeah, we had an internet dip. All I did, just like, it's like I think I made it just as it was dipping. Was, where is it? We made like 6 cloth. I think we got that, but I made some mittens. We can only make one because we need more animal fur, because of course we do. But we can make some other stuff now as well, so... That's the real thing. We can make some Victor's Charm here. Or at least one of them. So yeah, sorry about that. It was just... the frustrations that be. Your greens will put you there. That makes more sense. Look at that. Wow, what a name. Nice. So yeah, sorry about that trouble and all of its shenanigans. I'm trying to get on top of it. And I don't want to... So I think that's what bugs me more. It's like if I had a concrete answer as to what's making things be the way they are. So now I know that. So now I realised that was for that. I don't want to use the resource. Oh, hang on 1 second. Right, sorry, back. We're still trying to sort things. I wasn't the only one that was kind of curious about what was going on. We were trying to figure out what was happening with the internet. We're all good though, at least we should be. Oh, I don't know where to chuck these. I'll put this here. Not that it really matters with these, because these are both blue, but I'll just put them like there. But yeah, this is kind of like, it's been like a... I don't know, like, the rest of the house is doing fine. It's just my room sometimes dips, which is, like, more frustrating, because it makes me, like, worried that it's my... Because I have a repeater, I have an internet repeater in my room, and I link to that, so it makes it so I have wide connection. I'm worried that the repeater's going, which I really hope not, because I spent good money on that fucking thing. But we'll pay attention to it more. If it does show signs of, like, proper going, then we'll figure it out, but I hope not. And if it's frustrating for you, like all these stops and starts, I can only apologize. Understand it's also frustrating for me who wants to actually fucking stream. I'm not sure what it is that's causing it or how to even solve it, so we'll figure it out. Nice. And we also need to turn in this cloth. Let's go back into town and do that. Was this shop here before? I need to correct my mic as well. It's been a kerfuffle of a morning, unfortunately. Wait, Corey? Welcome. What happened? This is a store, right? Did you? Yes. I was finally able to open my own store. Oh, I knew it. I was just checking the area before. I found a good place, so I opened my store. That's pretty cool. Where's the goods you're selling? Is this a general store? It's similar. The difference is that I can mass produce items. Mass produce? If you possess an item that you want more of, give it to me and I can make the exact same items. Although it takes some time. You can make anything? Anything would be asking too much. I use alchemy to produce them, so it's hard to make living things or natural objects. Man-made items are best. Did you just say alchemy? Are you an alchemist, Corey? Yes, I am. What? I didn't know. You should tell me things like that sooner. You're like a rival. Not really. My alchemy is a little different from usual. Really, I don't get it. I'll give you a simple explanation of the process. First, you give me the item you want to have more of. I will take some time, but I will duplicate the item I received. Once I've done that, I sell them here. You can buy them from me. I can only duplicate items, so my alchemy is different. I can't make new ones. I see. It's really different from my alchemy. Yes, that's why there's no need for us to worry. That's good. Well, in that case, I look forward to working with you. Same here. Practice cauldron, bonus display of 1/5. She sells you a cauldron that's like 5x5. That's appreciated. I imagine register. It's like, hey, what item do you want more of? Okay, so not everything. Fair enough. Anyway, we have your thing. There you go. Leon, I've collected a bunch of cloth for your clothes. Oh, really? Let me take a look. How is it? The shapes are kind of uneven, but I could process it into something usable. With this much, I wouldn't have to worry about cloth for a while. Really? That's good. Looks like it was the right choice to leave it to you. Thanks, this is your payment. You received 1,000 gold, damn. Thank you. Can't take this much cloth from you for free now, can I? Thank you very much. I'm glad I could help. But now you're able to open up your shop, right? Yeah. I've already got my first customer. I should just open shop right now. Who are you talking about? You're going to be my first customer, Sophie. You get the first look. And you're going to buy this item that's 1,000 gold. That's how it's going to go. Me? Yep. You did all this work so I could open my shop after all. So you'll be my first customer here, alright? Yeah, Leon. Yes, I'd love to. Leave the rest to me. I'll definitely satisfy you. What'd you sell? Fucking, of course you buy animal fur. Of course you fucking buy animal fur. After all that time looking. I know we've got some money. We can buy some stuff from you too, right? No, I'm thinking of the church. There's some unique items we need to buy. Let's see if we can turn in some stuff as well whilst we're here. Oh, you got something new for us as well. Hello, Mr. Horst. Welcome, Sophie. What do you need today? Nothing in particular, but do you mind if I ask you a question? Ask whatever you like. I'm more than happy to answer if it's something I can. You're running a cafe, so why do you manage all kinds of other work? There's no major reason for it. In the past, this shop had a bulletin board for guests to interact and post notices. A bulletin board? That's right. One day, a certain guest posted a request with a monetary reward on the board. After that, the board was used more and more for such requests and business. Ah. However, there were too many people using the board, and it turned into a complete mess. So that's why I decided to charge and manage it all by myself. That's why I never heard of that. Isn't that a lot of work? It's very true, but I do receive commissions. And some days it even exceeds the amount of money I make on the cafe sales. It helps a lot. Anyway, you should do your best to fulfill them too. What happens if I do? Grades for accomplishments allows you to accept more difficult, yet better paying requests. I have great expectations of you, Sophie. Yeah, I'll do my best. Only have one tea. When I only have one tea, I don't want to turn it in. Freebridge Springs, Island Fish. Sure, we can go there and try and do that. Maybe. So we get boosts from defeating certain monsters and for slaying silent beasts. As well as, you know, the obvious doing quests and whatnot. And we need a talisman and some Raymel flour. Both of which I think we can buy from the church. At least that's what I'm banking on. Oh, it keeps track of how much you've actually donated. Let's buy you. By one of you. Which will be like, wow, you've donated a lot. Here you go. Thank you as always, Sophie. Thank you too. By the way, there's something I wanted to ask you. What could it be? Do these talismans really have any effect? How rude! Of course they do! They're effective for everything, from healing wounds to supplementing nutrition. They're a talisman from a church. How could you even think they have no effect? I guess so. They must be full of God's power or something. That's right. Those talismans are filled with power thanks to the townspeople's prayers. Oh, now that sounds pretty amazing. But they've been a little too popular lately, and I'm having trouble making enough of them. Sophie, do you think you could help? You're making these? That's right. I make them all by hand, one by one. Maybe they aren't filled with God's powers after all. But I did make one, or buy one, of the expensive items. Must be a different shop I'm thinking of then that sold that other item we were after. Oh no, it was a trade, wasn't it? It was a trade item, and it's only a day 2. So we have to wait for next weekend, so in 2 more days' time. Have you got anything new to say? Yeah. No, you're always just hanging around here. What are you doing over here? Oh right, you're skipping work again. What's new? So, no, still nothing yet. I imagine every house will have something eventually. You find fish. Alright, long hike, let's get there. Actually, I'm going to pull my blinds a little because it's getting a bit brighter. Can't see my screen as well. There we go. Now I can see a bit better. I'm just going to try and pick up stuff to turn the weather around. And we only need to fight the fish. I don't want to fight anything else. There we go. That thing. They almost look like whales. Please don't be too difficult. Please be nice. For some reason I thought she meant slander the talisman so less people would want them. Yeah, sorry for the internet trouble, by the way. That should catch all of them. Actually, will it? Let me... No, it won't. Okay, they are further away from each other than I thought they would be. But it will still catch the big guys, so that's important. I think that will catch all. Thing is, we was having internet trouble before, because where it was so hot, it was affecting signal towers. And maybe it's still something to do with that, like even though it's cooled down, like it's like rebuilding and recovering some parts and pieces. But like from what I could tell, nowhere else in the house dropped. It was just my room, so it just sounded like cursed luck. I'm hoping we find the bottom of this problem, or it goes away, you know, before the major streams next week with Soul Hackers and Genshin. It's very annoying, and I'm not ignorant of the fact that it affects viewings. If it's like a stutter stream and things like whatnot, it's more awkward for people to get around to watching, so people just don't bother. It affects viewing, so I have to try, you know, if I can avoid it happening, I need to try. Oh, that's a cute follow-up command. I've noticed that was a unique attack from usual. It's like, what's going on here? Has he still not leveled up? Oh, get away from me. Juyo still hasn't leveled up once. What is that guy made out of, experience-wise? We've done all we need to, so let's get out of here. I am curious about the Prospector stand, but I'm terrified we're just going to get demolished. Actually, we haven't been to the Calm Banks either, so let's go there first, because that might be a little bit more relaxed. Other than having more fish enemies. We have to be careful on health. Oh, no, we've got the uh-oh music playing, so we need to be a bit more careful. You're level 12! That's what this music is. This is like the uh-oh music. You're in trouble. They're so close to each other, the vertical will count. We'll see how it goes after a turn. Oh, jeez. Okay. It's got... Oh, jeez. Okay. There's a stat difference there. All of these areas up in the north have got way too strong enemies. I don't know how we're supposed to really get anywhere safe with them right now. Keep you on offense because you can actually get away with it. We'll have you on defense as well. For another bomb. Alright, the bigger threat's dealt with at least. Nice. Oh! Let me get out of here. I can see that enemy beelining. Let's just leave. Let's just leave. That's a dangerous spot. Let's return home. Turn off what we got. Nice. Nice. Wait, with warding charm, what's that going to do for us? Can we equip that firstly? Hang on. Oh, we can. So that'll give us more money, and that will reduce the chance of incidents by a small amount. What? It makes it so there's slightly less enemies? Sure, I guess. Because money gained battle little has no effect. Money obtained is 0, and makes it easier for gathering level and enemy level to increase. Oh, okay. So that makes it so the game can you can go up the area levels quicker. And we've got with you, which is LP consumed, okay, and extra damage. Alright, on top of everything, all we need... two things. We need flour, which we can trade as long as we get the right thing for it. And a whimsy strawberry. Where... I have no idea where that would even be. I'm just going to save, 'cause it's been a bit since I've saved. Why are there 2 people behind my house? What are you kids doing? Get off my lawn! I saw it on the mini-map. I was like, what the fuck? Who's there? And this is a day 4. I forgot what that specific naming for the days are, but I know it's a 5-day week, so it's easy to keep on top of in this game's universe. Oh, actually, now that we've donated more, does the church restock? No, they still got what they had before. Also, they have got a few extra new things in, so we can buy... I'll buy a 1 holy water. 1 talisman. Oh, that bankrupts us, but that's fine. God damn, there's 9 unique faces in town that we can talk to. Let's start poking our head around, I guess. Hey, Sophie, are you satisfied with your current armor? Ooh, can you make us armor? My armor? Might be a little hard to move around in. I thought so. To be perfectly honest, that armor isn't suitable for your figure. Wait, really? Yeah, I know. This is the perfect chance. I can custom make you some armor. Relatable struggles. Custom made armor? That sounds so cool. We're being flat fucking broke, yeah. I know, right? You've been pretty helpful, so I'll give you a special deal this one time. Receive 2 cloth. After all that effort to make cloth, you're just going to give us 2? God damn it. Should we start making it now? Oh, yes, please. Don't have a crafting cross. Don't have a crafting cost. Sophie Pesca. Aw. Don't have a crafting cost. Don't be like, yes, we can make it at a price. Yeah, God damn it. We'll come back. We'll come back when I have money. What are you 2 up to? Give me a break, Mum. I have something too important to do now. No excuses, just go. If you keep this up, you'll never finish. I said I can't. What's wrong? Sophie's like, what have I just walked into? Ah, Sophie, perfect timing. Help me out here. Huh? Mum's telling me to take orders. Wait, isn't that your job? I know that, but I can't go today. Oh, if someone could help me out, hint, hint. Come on, please, Sophie. I'll make it up to you. Fine, I guess I can't help it. Thanks, I'll send a little something to your Atelier as thanks. See you later. Hey, wait, don't decide things like that on your own. I'm sorry, Sophie. I'll give you something as thanks too, so could you do it? I understand. Leave it to me. I just walked in and now I've got a quest. Help Oscar. Take orders at the church, take orders at the bookstore, and take orders at the cafe. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, the cafe's right here. Why did he run away from it then? When you go to like the closest... Oh, hello, Elise. Hello, Sophie. You're reading in the cafe today? Yes, that's right. I see, but the cafe can be a little loud. Are you able to concentrate? Yes, I'm fine. If I'm reading, I have to be in like near silence. I'm not one of the people that can read in a crowded space. Not even like in a public library sort of thing. If I get a book, I want to be at home in my own comfort to read. Quiet places are nice, but I like reading in places that have some noise too. Sometimes it's actually easier to concentrate in places like this. Huh, I didn't know. As a noisy vehicle passes by. Also, I can drink really good tea here. That's true. Hello, Mr. Horse. Welcome, Sophie. I'm helping at the grocery store, so I'm here to take an order. You're helping at the grocery store? Were you having that much trouble? Huh? It seems your income from your atelier is worse than I expected. Oh, ouch! Okay, hush! Is that why you're working at the grocery store? No, that's wrong. That's not it at all. Oh, I was wrong. Yeah, I'm just helping out Oscar because he asked me for a favor. You don't have to just call me out like that and be like, oh, is your business failing? Like, oh, fuck, come on. I see. I apologize for jumping to conclusions so quickly. But Oscar's seriously pretty terrible sometimes. He just forced his work onto me. You might say that, but you're still helping him. That's one of your best qualities, Sophie. Well, he's my friend after all. Anyway, you wanted an order of vegetables, correct? Okay, got it. Thank you. Alright, can you let me do some quests? Oh, jeez, okay. Promotion stat. What? And let's see what else we can turn in first. Let's turn you in. Get your own food. I'm already doing your own quests. Why does this say promotion? Well, it's like a test to gauge how capable those who undertake requests are. If you complete promotional assignments, you'll be able to accept more difficult requests. Oh, is there anything good about requests being more difficult? Of course, more difficult requests offer better rewards. So that means I'd make more money? That's correct. Tons of money? Tons of money. Alright, I'll do it. Fucking hell, what is this, Mr. Krabs' daughter? I have great expectations of you. It's okay, I'm casually carrying 15 logs on me, and so here I have 10. Congratulations, Sophie. You've passed with flying colours. Yay! I'll allow you to accept more difficult quests from now on. Yeah, bring them on. Quite the fine attitude. When you say I get more money out of it, do you mean like... Oh, I have exactly 5. I don't want to give that in. Maybe it'll reset tomorrow because it's still the same sort of quest. I'll pick you up. Sure, I can make more lightning bombs, I fucking guess. Oh, I got vouchers out of it. Nice. God damn it, Oscar. I'm not getting you a bagel, some water, and some berries. I'm not getting you a goddamn meal deal. You can get it yourself. But we have money now. Are you stocked in anything new? Oh, you don't have any use to sell. Okay. Oh, right. No, we can do some crafting. Hey. Oh, I nearly made that. I looked at the bottom. No one can equip it, but there'd be no point in making it. I'll make this. LP enhance, quality up. MP enhance. HP enhance, that could be helpful. Defense, lower the price. Hey, if I give you this material, will you make it cheaper for me? No. Aww. I mean, it's the same stats, but we made it, and that's enough for me. Skill enhance M, sure. I should give you something. You can heal us, thanks, I guess. I would have thought he would have been all like attacking stuff considering his brutality. What are you doing here, Tess? Oh, Tess, hello. Hey, Sophie. You look cheerful today as usual. Yeah, by the way, what are you doing here? By the way, what the fuck are you doing here and not in the cafe where you work? I'm actually on break right now. We finally had a lull in customers. I see, it must be hard work. No, it's just part of my job. By the way, Sophie. Have you ever gone into that shop? That one? No, I haven't. I see. They have a reputation for being really good, but it's kind of awkward to go in there alone. I invite my friends, but we're all really busy and can't get our schedules to match. I see. Oh, I have a good idea. Tess, would you like to go together sometime? Is that okay? Yeah, I'm interested to see it, and it would be fun going somewhere with you. I'm happy you feel that way. Well then, let's try going sometime. Okay. Yes, I look forward to this. Also, good food makes a good reference for our shop. There's really no downside to trying it. Huh. You even thinking about that? You really are serious about your work. No, I'm not that serious. But since I'm working there, I want the cafe to do well. I think I can get that. Oh, it's already this late. I need to get back to the shop soon. Okay, do your best. Thanks. Alright, time to go through another day. So sometimes I need to yank Tess out of work to check out this shop, which is out of the border, so I can't even run to it to check myself. Oh, what about your shop, my dear? What's wrong, Corey? You're pretty much the only one who stops at my store. Thank you very much. Wait, really? No one else is buying stuff from you? That's right. Hardly anyone buys anything. But it's so convenient. It seems my store is only suited for a narrow range of people. The main problem is that normal customers don't need items they already have duplicated. Oh right, it's convenient because I'm an alchemist. I need lots of materials to make the same item over and over. Yes, most customers want to buy new things, items they don't already have. Oh, but maybe people like craftsmen would want to come here. They use lots of the same materials too. That's true. Besides you, most of the people who come here are that type of person. Although there aren't many of them. Then maybe you can find work from Mr. Horst. There's lots of requests for items. That's a problem too. I need to have one of an item before I can use my power to duplicate it. I see. I guess I just need to work harder every day so word of mouth spreads better. It's tough running a store. It's crazy that you sell a cauldron. I'm glad I made my own though, but it's crazy that you just sell a cauldron. Make more fucking cloth, please. Please, Corey, thank you. I'll give you time to make more of that or something. Just please, save me having to make it all the time. Oh, there's still people. That's cafe, dude. Clock shop. Let's talk to you. Wait, where is he? Harold! Huh, he's not here. Sheesh, how does that shop open and unattended? What's this? It's like a winding key or something. Sophie, were you watching the shop for me? No, not really, but where did you go? I took a little walk. Oh, well. This one wanted to ask, what's this? It's a winding key for a clock. You use that to wind the spring in a clock so it can move. Huh, I see. It's been a while since you did anything related to clocks, so I'm surprised. Huh, of course I can still do things like that. I studied for it after all. That's right, in the past you were working hard to train for this. You worked so hard at it, why did you stop working on clocks? I just felt like working on clocks didn't suit me. There's no big reason. Anyway, if you don't have any other business, you should leave. I have an order for a gun, I need to work on it. Oh, you're right, this guy makes guns. Oh, okay, sorry. See you later. Did you sell me a gun? No, go away. Oh. We'll take the church, see if there's anything else we can get from donations. I'll also talk to her about more stuff. Pamela! Hi, hello there, Sophie. What do you need? I'm here to take an order. An order? Is there anything I need to emphasize right now? What's with that look on her face? Look at her. No, not for that. I'm helping out the grocery store now. I see. But why are you working for the grocery store, Sophie? Well... Oh, I know. You don't have any work at your atelier. Jesus fucking Christ, is everyone just gonna assume I'm flat broke and don't get any work in? So you picked up a second job? No, that's wrong. My atelier's doing just fine. Oh, really? Then why? Oscar asked me for a favour. You're such a good girl, Sophie. You care so much for your friends. Just make sure you don't do too much extra work and neglect your atelier. I know that. More importantly, can you tell me your order? Alright, in that case... I think that should do it. Alright, got it. I'll be going now. Yes, yes. Be sure to come to the next prayer. Yeah, okay. I have to resist the urge to whistle the church theme every single time we come in here. I can't stress enough. They made it so, like fun, catchy. And it was our space? Bookshop. Okay. Get me out of here before I whistle away to the church. Elise! Welcome, Sophie. What do you need? I'm here to take orders for vegetables. Vegetables? Why are you taking orders like that? Oscar's always the one to come and ask for orders. Well, Oscar kind of forced this on me. Oh dear. No wonder Miss Marguerite is always so mad at him. Oscar always did things at his own pace. That pace of his is throwing off my pace. Yeah, he'd have to go somewhere too. Sounds rough. Anyway, you wanted my order, right? Is it really okay to give it to you? Yeah, just leave it to me. Okay, then I want this. Thanks in advance. Yep. Let's go turn this in. Alright, that's what this is going to be. Yeah, report to Marguerite. I don't know my way around the town, I'm realizing. I use the quick travel all the time because I was sitting there like, I don't know how I'm getting to the street from here. Yeah, I need to actually, you know, at some point, like in my spare time, just kind of run around and feel out the town. Miss Marguerite, I took all the orders. Thank you, you really helped me. Where's Oscar? He doesn't come home. Once in a while, he leaves to go somewhere and doesn't come back for a long time. Sounds just like him. Wonder where he went. I don't know. It doesn't seem like he's goofing off somewhere in town, so he must be going outside of town. That reminds me, I saw him before when I went to go gathering. Really? Seriously, that boy. Anyway, thank you. And this is my thanks for your help. Nice. Thank you very much. I'll send Oscar over when he comes back so you can thank you properly. Alright, that was worth doing. I think the only quest we failed was the hide and seek. We couldn't find that last fucking kid, and that's it. We've done alright since then. Oh, we've got 8 tokens. Is Tess in the cafe? How far in are you? We're still in the first month. We haven't actually finished off the beginner recipe yet. We still got a ways to go. So it was still working on it, but we're getting there. The first stream was a lot more me just feeling the game out and figuring it out, whilst this one we're now trying to actually, you know, commit to progress and see how far we can get and see what's going on. I don't expect to I don't know how long this game is, but so I don't expect to finish it anytime soon, but it's something nice to just kind of do and play different, and I wanted to play it anyway. My reasoning, so I don't know if you were here in the stream, my reasoning that got me to try another Atelier game was that I loved Blue Reflection 2, and Atelier Sophie 2 has a DLC dungeon that is from Blue Reflection. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cute, I'll probably get that at some point. Then I realised there was a Sophie 1, and I was like, oh, I guess if I'm going to start this, I should start there. Then I realised that it's a mysterious trilogy, so I need to do like Faris and what the other one is called before I do Sophie 2. Uta 100%ing both the OG and DX version. I always like seeing new players of this series. Nice to see more fans. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. The only Atelier, I don't know what it was called, but I've said like my story, my relationship with Gust. Back in the PS2 days, I did try a Gust game. It was an Atelier game, and I really didn't click with it. I can't tell you what one it was. It was forever ago. This was like when I was like 5 or 6 years old probably. Like it was super young, and I just couldn't click with it. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't vibe with it. It just wasn't happening. And even as an adult, for the longest time, I just kind of wrote off the series. I just kind of like, nah, Gust games aren't my thing. But then I got Riser, the first Riser, on a whim, and I loved it. But it was like the only Atelier game I played. And that was like when it came out. Like Atelier Riser 2 wasn't out yet. I mean, I got Riser 1. And I loved it. I thought that game was wonderful. And I always put into this idea, to be honest, yeah, Gust, I've learned through playing a lot of Gust games that Gust are like a really traditional company in terms of their morals and mindset. They are always striving to innovate. You know, they're always trying to do new things, take new risks, try new ideas, and see where it takes them. And I really respect that. Not everything lands, but when they do, like, the difference between Blue Reflection 1 and 2 was baffling to me. Blue Reflection 1's pretty fun, but ridiculously jank. Blue Reflection Second Light, that game's genuinely like in my top 10 favorite games now. I adored the shit out of that game. I did 2 full playthroughs of that game to get 100% in it on like live streaming it. I loved that game. And like I've been going through the Knights of Azure games, other Gust games alongside this, and like Knights of Azure 1 was hella jank but really fun. Knights of Azure 2, it's still got some jankiness there, but they've changed a heck of a lot. Rise of Time, it's not my fave, but I'm grateful to Rise of bringing in new fans. Yeah, and it also felt like a good new step for the company, because it's also like one of their biggest budgeted Gust games as well, from what I can tell. Like it not only was brought in new fans, it was Gust making one like very huge valiant effort to make like a super big, more like higher budget title sort of thing. So I can respect that, and at some point I want to do the Riser games on this, but I was talking with chat a few streams back that I'm probably going to do the Mysterious Trilogy first in terms of the Atelier games. Yeah, like, so I'm super stoked for Sophie 2. I can't stress enough, I want to get to Sophie 2, but one thing at a time. But I was debating with it, because like Riser and Riser 2 are on the back burner. Unfortunately, as much as I want to cover those games as well, they're on the back burner. It's just whether I do this, then go straight to Sophie 2, or whether I do the whole Mysterious Trilogy, then go to Sophie 2. I'm down for either way. I'm more just still trying to gauge opinions, whatnot, and figure out like what I want to do. Like, there's a part of me that's like, well, if it's a part of a trilogy and you're supposed to play it, I should play Faris, and I wish I could remember the name of the other one, but the one that's got the twins. There's like the twin protagonists. And do that first, and then go to Sophie 2. But there's also a part of me that's like, but it's Sophie to Sophie 2. Come on, you know? I did see from... because I brought, like, I've got Sophie 2, I own Sophie 2, I brought, like, the ultimate edition of the game. All the DLCs for it, outside of Sophie, like, no one from this game comes back. It seems like. Maybe they do and they're just not playable or something, or maybe, like, they have different costumes or something. But, like, all the, like, the DLC costumes are for names I didn't recognize. Also, the only complaint I have for Sophie 2 is they don't have a final boss theme akin to 1. So let me read that again. I had a brain fart when I was trying to read that. The only complaint I have for Sophie 2 is that they don't have a final boss theme akin to the one for the final boss. It's called Leia Xia and hasn't been topped yet OST-wise. Fair enough. Did Rise of 1 have a final boss theme? I feel like this is a common-ish thing for some Atelier games, but some of them just don't have final boss themes for some reason. I mean, it's not the most offensive being the wrong word, but not the most terrible thing I've seen happen. The most frustrating thing I've ever had, like with an RPG sequel, was the Neptunia 1 remake. It had a unique final boss theme, and it was like, okay, this is kind of cool and whatnot. You go into the Game 2 remake, and instead of remixing that game's original final boss theme, they literally just replay the first game's final boss theme, and I was like, are you serious? This is supposed to be a full remake of, like, you know, of like Mark 2, and in Rebirth 2 it's just the first game's final boss theme, and I was like, what? God, really? Yeah, it didn't deliver, to be honest. Really into music composition. Yeah, I'm super into music study. Well, I say that, not study as in like I study it, but I love instrumental music. I love the origin of music, the composition of it, why things become the way they are, and whatnot. With a glorified PS5 port. Well, which one are you talking about? Oh, what you mean the Neptunia? Yeah, but Neptunia Reverse. That's different. Neptunia Reverse is a remaster of Rebirth 1 Plus, which was the PC one. Rebirth 1 Plus is a remaster of the Vita port, and the Vita port was the remake of the original game. Yeah, Reverse. So it's a remaster of a remake, which is why it felt so unnecessary, because it is. But Sisters v Sisters, what we all thought was going to be the 5th mainline game, but apparently is still a spin-off, despite the fact it's on a new engine and doing completely new things, and has, you know, questing, and it's supposed to be like a 40-hour adventure. It's officially confirmed to be getting an English dub, and it's coming out early next year. They confirmed it in the weirdest goddamn way ever. Instead of doing a trailer or something, they said, hey, text this number on your phone with this message, and you'll receive a pre-recorded phone call later on. And people got it, and the phone call was Nep's actress saying, hey, we're making Sisters v Sisters, see you early next year. And I was like, that's such a weird way to announce it. I get it, Sisters v Sisters, from what we've seen, has a theming of like mobile phones for the whole thing, but it still seemed like, what? Hyper Skyrim Dimension Neptunia, you're finally awake. I wish I was a Skyrim fan. Every time I like say that I'm not the biggest Skyrim person, people look at me like give me like a weird eyebrow raise, and I have to clarify that I grew up with Morrowind. And despite being a really glitchy, all over the place fucking mess, I loved Morrowind as a kid. And I just didn't click with either Oblivion or Skyrim because of it. And I was like, I know that's like the weirdest take to have, and a lot of people still kind of go, what the fuck are you on about? But it's genuinely how it was for me. I just never clicked with it. Nice. Let's go and Oblivion art for everyone. Yeah, so I get why. I get why people like them. I get why people love them. I can see the appeal. I can see why people click with them so much. They're just not for me. What am I? How many berries do I need? Oh, I need 4 berries. Hang on. I thought I had a. There's got to be somewhere I can go buy berries quick. Hang on, 1 minute. More so Oblivion. Oblivion, and this is in terms of the ones I struggle with, not... I struggled with the Oblivion gates. There's a guy who did a 12-hour retrospect in Oblivion, he's super into Morrowind. Yeah, I get that. So for me, oh, I can't even buy enough, god damn it. But Morrowind, I love Morrowind. I haven't played, the first 2 Elder Scrolls. I thought it was like was it like Daggerfall? I think the second game was called. I can't remember what the original one was called. But I haven't played either of them, and I'm in no particular interest. But I did play a lot of Morrowind back in the day, and I had a lot of time with it. And I completely get why people love Skyrim. I completely get it. It's just it wasn't my thing. But then you also got to understand that this is someone who, I'm someone who, as a rule, outside of very particular, Daggerfall, outside of very particular examples, isn't the biggest open world guy, which I know is probably part of the problem. I struggled to get into Witcher 3, you know? And like that game's super open. It's not universal. There are some open world games I loved. I fucking adore Elden Ring. I thought Elden Ring was phenomenal, and I think it well deserves all the praise it's getting. I live off Genshin, and that game's literally an open world game. One Elder Scrolls game I can't get with is online. Yeah, my stepdad loves Elder Scrolls Online. He hasn't played it that much recently because he's super gotten into Ark, but he loves Elder Scrolls Online, and I'm like, okay, you do you, dude. I understand that the game's gone through a lot and changed a lot over the years, so it's probably way better now, but I'm just like, I'll pass. The only MMO-esque games I've ever really entertained is Final Fantasy XIV, which to be fair is super fun. It's just I couldn't keep up with the subscription at the time because, you know, I was a teenager when I got into it, so I had to let it go, unfortunately. And Genshin nowadays. And Genshin is more like a fucking... I love the game, but it's more of a fucking curse. I put like 1,200 hours into that game, and I feel like I really shouldn't have. I love the game. It's got problems. It's sure as shit got problems. The biggest two problems, unfortunately. Obsidian brought $100. Imperial. Ooh, and yeah, and then it kind of bit you hard. Yeah, I get ya. Let me go back to the Atelier actually. If you've played and mastered this game, do you have any real like recommendations in terms of like where to go and what progress is? Like, obviously don't like spoil the game plan away, but like anything to just kind of make sure I'm still going on the right path and still finding my way forward. I do want to make more cloth because I feel like cloth is very helpful. And also, I have no experience with the original, so I'm curious what's actually different between this, DX and this. Like, is it just more quality of life, or is there like extra dungeons, or is there, you know, extra things like that? Focus on item quality, Romer's bombs, etc. Fair enough. Average. Actually, I should check what I've got then. Actually, follow your advice. Hang on. Let me back out of this. Oh, okay. I don't think I have any high quality. I think. Oh no, I do have good. So if you think like high quality bombs will help out a lot in combat, I'm guessing. Can I make some bombs actually, super quick? I do want to make a new lightning bomb. Do I have any good quality? Aha! It costs less and it's good quality? I mean... Hang on, is it raining outside? Oh no, I think someone's just riding through the puddle. It's only kind of splashy. The extras have more costumes, new dungeon I believe, and may have a graphical upgrade, otherwise the difference is negligible. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I imagine that's the same across the whole Mysterious trilogy then. Speaking of costumes, when do I get access to that? Do I have to build something for that? So I'm used to the other ones, it's like the Gus games where you kind of just get access to it immediately. Ah, not enough. Can I... Actually, I want to change that if I can. I want to try and get a green boost. Damn it, it still wins. Are you getting the story? Ah, fair enough. So just go carry on, see how it goes. Get summary attire changing, it's great. Yeah, not... When it was Blue Reflection 2, I rarely changed the costumes because it was like, hey, alternate colour, and then, okay, what's the rest of the costumes? Fan service, fan service, fan service. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. But like with Blue Reflection 1, I found the casual wear better than the uniform because it made it easier to identify where what characters I could talk with if I just had them all in like summer wear, and they looked good, so I wasn't complaining. And like now, like in like Knights of Azure 2, it's like, hey, this really cool gothic costume. Oh, nice. What's the rest of the options? Bikini. Oh, a bikini that gives you a stat boost. Oh. I get it. Listen, I don't mind fan servicey stuff in moderation, but when it's like the only option, I do kind of go, oh, for fuck's sake, you know? Like, maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just an old boomer. I'm only 23. Oh, muddy quality. Oh. I'm good, thanks. Oh, high purity. Sophie 2 can be a bit ridiculous with its costume variety, and Sophie 2 is even more ridiculous with items. Oh, okay, so it's even more learning, got it. But yeah, with this, I understand when it comes, like I said, I completely get it, because, you know, fan service sells, it's easy money. I just wish there was more options that weren't just fan service. I want my character to look badass sometimes, you know? I don't want them to always look sexy. Sometimes I want them to be badass and sexy. It's something that I actually appreciate with not every design, but most of the designs in the Neptunia series. When they transform, they don't just go full fan service when they transform. They still have like they look powerful. They have that that power sexiness to them. I need to think about how to do this. So not everyone, I mean fucking Iris Heart is a walking testament that they don't always do that, but you know what I mean. My rule of cute. Yeah, I kind of got that impression. To be fair, Sophie is a bean. So, I completely get it. Sophie is a complete goddamn bean. Oh, I'm 32. Oh, fair. Just Iris Heart, but I won't get into it. Yeah, that's fair enough. I think when I used to do Let's Plays before I got into streaming, I tried to explain how I felt with it. I adore Plutia, but I struggle with Iris. Like, Plutia, don't get me wrong, Plutia is a fucking menace. The whole thing with wanting to get close with Blanc solely so she could break her heart and watch her cry harder later on was like, I was like, oh fuck, okay. But, but Iris, like, I don't know, like in the game, it felt like it's not that she came one note, but it was like, all she ever did was scare people. And after a while, it was like, come on, you know, like, it started to get like, come on, like, it started to get more annoying than funny. Like, the jokes kind of wore off. But there was one point in the anime where she gets like angry at Nep because Nep won't be honest about her feelings, and that I did appreciate. I think that breaking Blanc's heart was an excuse to hide her love for Blanc. Yeah, like, isn't there a thing? I don't keep up with like the theory in the ships with Nep. The only like ship per se I care about is the one that they tease all the goddamn time, which is Nep and Noir, and like that's it. The rest I don't really pay attention to, but I have heard quite commonly that there might be a thing between Pluti and Blanc in Ultra Dimension. Anyway, Sophie, you here? Oh, Oscar. I was taking care of my work the other day. Here's my thanks. Oh, right, this is... Oh, you're welcome. Oh, thank you. So what did you have to do anyway? I had to go outside of town. I heard a voice calling my name. And I followed the voice, turned out to be a forest. Wait, you went alone? No, I went with the plants from around here. Oh yeah, right, you can talk to plants. I forgot about that. Anyway, that was my favourite moment with Plutia, which used her form to do something nice. It helps Net progress instead of the joke. Yeah. So I think that's my thing, that I don't mind having that kind of character that Iris is, but I felt that there was better ways of handling it than her just being the mean girl all the time. Because you could have that, but you can also you almost need like a mean girl with some kind of moral compass. And Iris does have it, but it only really shows up in the anime. It doesn't show up in the game. In the game, she's just, for lack of a better word, a complete bitch to everyone. And it's just like, fucking come on, Iris, you know? It says, I adore Plutia, but I struggle with Iris sometimes. I think because I get what they were trying to do, having to make it so the transformed version of the character is a different personality. I think they did it way better with Uzume in V2. Where Uzume tries to be like more of a gruff tomboy in a normal form, but becomes super Valley Girl when she transforms, like a super high pitch, like, oh my goodness, we're gonna save the day, that kind of character. I thought they did it better with Uzume, but maybe I'm biased because I thought Uzume was like one of the best written characters in the franchise. One of the biggest indicators of her not being a sadist of buffs. Yeah. Of Uzume. Yeah, like Uzume I think is one of the best written characters in the series. They hit something with that. And I think it's a real shame that from what I can tell, I don't know this for a fact, but from what I can tell, when V2 first came out, Idea Factory was met with a decent degree of backlash for the game being too serious. And then I don't know that for a fact, because I got into the Neptunia series way later. I got into the series like in 2017 or 2018. Damn, to dedicate to a character. Yeah, true. But it's like I got 2018, so I kind of missed that drama. But from what I could tell, there was criticism that the game was too serious, which might be why we've never had like a serious NEP game or, you know, like a main entry since. Or at least part of the reason why. We've only had like kooky fun, like hyper energy, no consequence spin-offs. With varying degrees of quality. And that's me being nice. Yeah, I don't get that complaint. What's wrong with a serious NEP story? Yeah, I enjoyed it. I think it's okay because back when I did the Let's Plays of it, I commentated on the fact that a lot of the characters in the Neptunia games seem to carry some form of either condition or mental health thing or something that's part of their character. So there's already groundwork for something more serious there, and it's not something that's been added later. It's been there since the very start. Like, it doesn't take much to figure out that the reason why Nep is extremely buzzy and bubbly and always on people's cases, but goes completely mute or starts talking to random objects when she's on her own, is because she's riddled with depression. Like, it doesn't take much to figure it out. You see it a lot more in the anime, and you see it a lot more in the manga materials. They're like, she struggles with depression, but instead of talking about it ever, she just pesters everyone. She just talks and bounces off everyone all the time to try and ignore it. Uni in V2R at V2 or even at several points in the story talks about her anxiety. So it's like there's something there, you know? Right, I'd love a more psychological Nep story where those insecurities are explored. Yeah, because I think the headcanon I had in my head, not headcanon's probably the wrong word for it, 'cause it's not like I think it's going to happen or anything like that, but the thing I'd want is, firstly, to stop doing the fucking Yuri bait with Nep and Noir. Either make them get together or make them not. Fucking make up your mind. But secondly, have wherever their friendship goes next involve Nep's condition. Make it so there's a point when Noir finally cottons on and clocks what's going on with Nep and tries to help her, and it results maybe in Nep pushing her back more and being a bit feisty at first, or not really sure how to handle it, or trying to laugh it off like she always does, and it leads to something. I would genuinely be down for a more heartfelt story, because I give a damn for these characters already. Combination of autism spectrum and ADHD. 100% on the... Yeah, it's like... The baiting annoys me, but I think that's just a topic for another thing. I'd much rather them commit. I get why they do the baiting, but I'd much rather them commit and do something, because I think they could... With how long Nep and Noir have known each other and how many adventures we've seen them go on, I think they could sell a very effective love story at this point. And the fact that they haven't is just like, come on, guys, you know? But I'm getting off track. I've gotten way off track. But yeah, I have a lot to say in the Neptunia series, and one day I'll probably stream a Nep game as well. Like, I did Let's Play V2R, and I'll probably stream that again, because I know a lot of people aren't keen on V2R, because, you know, it's like a director's cut version on the same console. But I genuinely have a lot of time for V2R and its combat changes. And I love the new music they added. Ninja's one of my favourite tracks in the franchise. But, like, man, do I have things I really wish they did with the series. And the only reason I have more hope they'll do more, in terms of, like, the character writing, is because of Death End Request 2. That game is a canonical gay love interest that ends up going somewhere in the story. No. It's a rule of this channel. I never mind going off topic if it's an interesting discussion. Like, if there's someone who's like adamantly pushing to talk about some random shit I don't care about, then I'll kind of like be like, nah, come on, dude. But if it's just something I care, like if it's something that like flows the conversation or it goes that way, I'm always down for the talk. There have been streams where we've made like barely any progress in 3 hours because we've just talked about various things. So don't worry about it, seriously. I always up for the conversation. I also want to see where this cutscene ends. But like, there's like for me, like there's always a lot I want to see with Nep. And like after Death End Request 2 had a canonical gay couple. Actually, it had two. It had two, for goodness sake. Because at the start of the game, it's to help build the symbolism of Mai and Rossi's relationship. You see a gay couple, and you see how they respond with each other and how they handle it. But you also get to see where it goes wrong in their relationship and where it all starts to fall apart. So when it gets to comparison with how Mai and Rossi build their relationship, they don't make the same mistakes. They're more open with each other. And then at the end of the game, in an epilogue scene, you see they eventually buy a house together in Tokyo. And I'm like, that was like, okay, so Idea Factory are prepared to have, to not just do Yuri bait, to actually do this shit. Now let's look at their golden goose. Why isn't that doing it? You know? Absolutely, it's freaking beautiful. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's like, I get that Japan as a whole, there are some parts of their cultures that are still a bit draconian in some ways, and still a bit older-fashioned, still a bit off-key. But it's clear that the general populace at large doesn't seem that fussed about it, so what's the harm? Like, I'm never going to claim to understand, like, politics, even in my own country, let alone others. But from what I can tell, it's more of a political thing where there's issue with certain ways people are, and not so much the people thing. Yeah, I know, but that just seems... I don't know, maybe I'm looking at it wrong, but it almost seems like it would be more... I think it would attract more people in for them to take that risk with Neptunia as a series. For them to actually put their foot down and say, no, we're not going to do Yuri bait anymore. Or maybe do it with other characters, but the main two, there's actually going to do something with them. Because they've already taken risks before. I mean, Neptunia Victory kind of completely moved away from the Maker characters. You know? Like, in the first two games, like, it was always Nep, Compa, and Iffy. And like, from that perspective, yeah, I know the second game was Nep Gear, but you get what I mean. Like, it was more focused on the Maker characters. They already took a huge risk by completely benching all of them in the third game, making it only the goddesses. So it's like they've already taken risks, so why not take, you know, risks that are story related more instead of just, you know, benching characters? And I get it, because, you know, goddess characters means they have transformation, which means more game mechanics. So you think, oh, gameplay standpoint is more attractive. But I missed having Iffy and Compa in the party. It was nice. That's one of the things I'll compliment with Reverse. It was nice going back to it just to be able to have, you know, Nep, Iffy and Compa for a while again. So I didn't play on the extra mode they added, which unlocks all the codes at the start. I played on default. Political climate during Victory's time is different than now. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, like, it's clear that it's not a problem. OG Neptunia, yeah. Didn't in the OG Nep 1 on PS3, Nep had a gun, and that's why Big Nep has a gun in 4, because it's a reference. Didn't, like, all the characters have guns in the original PS3 Neptunia? I've never played the original PS3 Neptunia. I'd like to at one point, just for the sake of seeing how far the franchise has come. But from what I... Yeah, okay. And then, like, Big Nep... it's just a reference. Speaking of Big Nep, I want her to have her own game. That's something I've been throwing around for a while. Now they established that Big Nep and Uzume are going to go dimension hopping. I'm surprised there hasn't been a game. Except Compo used a syringe as a gun. Fair enough. Anyway, I went to get plants from around here. You brought plants with you? That's right. They were saying they wanted to go with me. I just couldn't just ignore them. Because Big Nep's genuinely, like, I kind of prefer her over normal Nep. She's like, because she's still got the kookiness in her personality. Like, she's still kind of a goofball, but she's just that bit more mature. Like, she's the only, like, actual mature adult in the party, it feels like. And you can feel it. Like, there's that goofy scene where, like, Netgear and Uni challenge themselves to see who could outlast each other in a sauna, and Big Nep is the one that goes in and yanks the two of them out and tells them off for it. Like, there's still some maturity. Like, she can goof around and be whatnot, but she can be the sensible adult when she needs to be. And I genuinely admired that as a character. It was a nice change of pace. Well, that's a good idea too. My idea was a game dedicated to Aphamax. V2 and Ninja Wars made me seriously desire it. Yeah. What do you think of Ninja Wars, anyway? The Senran Kagura crossover? Because it feels like I'm the only person that didn't mind it. It had problems. I thought the story was, like, a complete waste of time. But I enjoyed the gameplay a lot. But every person I've seen talk about it just says the game was completely terrible. Hated most of it? Fair enough. I guess I still remain in the minority. I liked the gameplay ideas. My problems with the gameplay was that it was too easy. Like, they had a lot of systems and a lot of mechanics on top of it. Like, there was a lot of systems that could be there, but there was nothing to make you want to use it properly. All you really need to do is just run up to enemies and spam the attack button and you won. There was no need to do anything further than that, and that's what let it down. But I still, and this might be a hot take, preferred it over Cyber Dimension, the other game that the same company made. Cyber Dimension, I kind of got bored of it. Whilst with Ninja Wars, I at least platinumed it. I haven't played it since, which I think is also a sign of itself, but I at least platinumed it, you know, I at least 100%ed it and then wrapped it up. Well, to be fair, I platinumed Cyber Dimension as well, but when I was done, I was like, fuck this, I didn't want to play this again. Like the final boss, certain songs in the OST and Alphamax, it's like a high 3 out of 10, ouch. I agree with 4GO. Because I know 4GO was going on the co-op, but by the time I got it, no one was fucking playing the co-op. You know, like no one was playing it online, so I just did it alone, and the game just, The only thing it had going for it was the art style. I like the graphics for the games, and that's it. But that's not a selling point. You can't sell me on graphics alone. No problem ignoring Miss Marguerite. I'm sorry about that. I'll do the work myself next time. You better. I freaking broke 4GO. I glitched through the floor once. There's an arena that was like slightly curved in 4GO, and a boss didn't attack and I parried it, and the parry nudged me on the ground. And I just fell through the floor, and Nep just fell forever, and I had to reset. And that was playing alone, so that would have been fun if I was online, and I just went, whee! It just vanished. I couldn't tell you what boss or arena it was, because like I said, I only played it a little after it came out, and then never touched it again after I finished it. But I remember that very clearly. We used rubber gills to beat all 3 forms of the Demon Jester at once with it. Damn, fair enough. I know that they eventually patched in what was before the Japanese exclusive extra features like the EX missions and the New Game Plus, but I was already way deterred from that game by that point, so I had no interest in going back. I don't know if that made it any better or helped at all, or if it just added more things on top of what was already there. To be honest, I probably imagine it was just more like more eggs added to the same basket sort of problem. Yeah, we legit broke the crap out of it. It was a poorly designed mess mechanically. And it's possibly my least favourite story as well. Because the story didn't really do anything. If I recall. Like, not if I say it, Ninja Wars didn't either, but... Like, it didn't feel like it really did anything. It was just, Mirror, there's a bad guy. Mirror, there's someone hacking the game world. Mirror, you've dealt with the hacking guy. Mirror, you've done the final boss, and then the game's over. And you're like, what? Opening? Yeah, or yeah. Anyway, and if there's ever been a couple other spin-offs I've tried, I did try Super NEP RPG, and I know some people really liked it, but I played it for like 10 minutes and went like, nah, this isn't for me, and went off it. And a lot of it was because it felt like NEP was super goddamn heavy in that 2D plane. I tried to move around or jump or do anything, and it felt like she moved like a weight was on her legs. Let me switch teams and root for the bad guys. With the NPCs insufferable. Yeah, Black Princess. I love the voice actress. The voice actress is Deneen Melody, and she does some phenomenal roles. But the character she fucking played, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. You know, like, she was so insufferable at points. Doing it RPG is like a 9.5. Yeah, so a lot of people speak highly of it, but I just couldn't click with it. Maybe at some point I'll give it another go. It's just, at least for now, not for me. There are a lot of games where I didn't like them or even hated them at first, and then when I've come back to like a year or two later, I've gone, oh, actually, this game's brilliant. And it's just like, I just had to go a bit further with it. Or, you know, it's a series. Anyone would judge you. Or like for me, like it was a series where I never got into any games of the series, kept on being told every single game, this one will be different, this one will be different, and then just still wouldn't click with it. Then I finally gave up, and then like a year later saw the next game of this series on a sale, and went, oh fine, fuck it, it's like £5, and fucking adored it. And that is the Tales of series. I played almost every single Tales of game on the PS2. I played Zestiria, and after Zestiria I said, I've had fucking enough. Every single Tales of game I picked up and played, I didn't like. And every single time, my friend that was super into it, like, no, this one's a bit different. Try this one. I'd go, all right. And I'd try it, still didn't like it, wouldn't click with it, couldn't get it. And Zestiria was like the edge. I really didn't like Zestiria. I thought that game was boring as fuck. And I just couldn't click with it at all. And then like a year or two later, the Tales of Berseria was on sale, and I was like, oh, a female protag. Oh, it's a bit darker. Sure, it might be whatever. I'll give it a go. And it's like my 6th favourite game of all time. I can't stress enough, I love Berseria. I love that game so insanely much. It's still my favorite Tales of game. Tales of Arise is good, but it didn't quite have the same charm. I love Tales of Arise, and it was my game of the year last year, but it didn't quite capture the exact magic that Berseria had for me. I assume you experienced 100% in Sega Hard Girls on Steam, 100% in Sega Hard Girls on PS. Oh god, I've never actually played Sega Hard Girls. It's one of the spin-offs I haven't tried. I haven't tried the Performer game. I haven't tried Sega Hard Girls, and I haven't played... Oh, what's that one that crosses over with like VTubers or something, like V-Stars? I think, yeah, V-Stars. I haven't played that one either. Series my fave and enjoyed it. Had an underrated OST, series being godly. The ending legit made me cry. Yeah, I weeped like a bitch. I cried in Arise as well. And I've just got to get used to the fact that the Tales of games, if I get into the story, I will cry. Because I did like Arise a lot. As in, it was my personal game of the year of last year. Virtual Stars. My problem, though, I say problem, is that it wasn't Berseria. Like, the game treated itself more seriously as a whole. And I think that's where my problem was. I like the fact that Berseria, despite being super uber dark and like gritty and brutal, and it's been a game of the year, mine Sophie too. Yeah, fair enough. When I get to the end of the year, I do two lists. I always do two lists. I do my favorite games that came out this year and my favorite games that I played this year, as in like ones that came out before this year but I happened to get. And I'm hoping I get the time to start games like Sophie 2, because I've heard great things, just to try them out to see before it, to put them on my list. Because I've got a pretty good idea of what my list is going to be for my games that didn't come out this year. It's going to be mostly Gus titles, if I'm honest. Minus Danganronpa 2, because I played I was introduced to Danganronpa this year, and I adored Danganronpa 2. I thought that game was phenomenal. I enjoyed its story and characters a lot. But Berseria, yeah, to go back to that point, like, I loved that game, but what also works is that not only is it super dark, it had a lot of charm. Like, it had a lot of kooky anime shit, you know, but it did it well, and it made it bouncy, it made it fun, it made me like, yeah, okay, this game's stupid. Like, Aizen's like this super serious guy going through a lot of shit, but he also wants to build a tunnel under the prison island that connects to land to be an escape tunnel in case they get invaded. And then anytime someone says, but what about this? He just goes, well, I'll figure it out. It's like, you know? Or like the fucking flipping the coin thing, and Rokuro gets a double-headed coin and the coin fucking breaks. It's like, you know, like, I loved that shit. I felt like it was hilarious. I'm trying to get with was Elden Ring. See why people find it a masterpiece, but it's not really for me. Yeah, like, Elden Ring's my game of the year personally, but I get it because it's not just, you know, the difficulty thing, because I don't actually think Elden Ring's that bad difficulty-wise compared to other Souls games. I actually think it's really manageable. What quests am I expected to do here? Sorry, I haven't really been paying attention. Ghosts. Oh, okay. Let's go to the harder location names. It'll be nighttime by the time I get there. Coo like a dove. Coo, coo. And then Margilu throws the fucking thing. Oh, no, actually, my favourite scenes is when it's a dumb line in a hyper-serious moment. Like, you know, like, in the later half of the game, when, Velvet starts kind of losing her mind, realizing that her brother's still alive, and she falls in like this deep, like, silent pit of depression. And you know what gets her out of it? Fucking Laughy Set going, William, stop whining! I was like, it was brilliant, but I was laughing. Like, it was perfect, but I was giggling like a moron. Vertical line, do it there. And like, Tales of Arise did still have some of those kooky moments, but they were far fewer and far between. And like, it felt like, to be honest, it reminded me. Legendary Spy. It reminded me, and I even made a comment on it at the time. It reminded me so much of the transition from Final Fantasy 7 to 8. And what I mean is, Final Fantasy 7 was like the pinnacle of the franchise, like the best fucking thing ever. Instead of trying to top it, Square Enix decided to take it a completely different direction with the next entry to make it stand on its own. And they made it a more serious, more grounded love story. Let's look at Berseria and Arise. Berseria, in my opinion at least, was the fucking mastercraft. It was the one that nailed it. It was the one that got it in every single sense. It was everything I ever hoped for. What did they do in the next game? They made it far more serious. It's a love story. They literally did what Square did with Final Fantasy 7 to 8 with the Tales of series. And I ended up coming to the exact same opinion. Oh, I have loads of webs. I ended up coming to the exact same opinion of them, where, yeah, I like 8, and yeah, I love Tales of Arise, but taking it a different direction, it still unfortunately didn't quite capture the magic that I loved from Berseria or Final Fantasy VII. You know, like, that's kind of how it went. It just now depends on the next Tales of game reminds me of 9, and it's like a really, like, classical, like, traditional fantasy game. Oh, it still doesn't count as me beating it. Oh, I thought any of the ghosts would count. I guess it has to be specifically the white ghosts. Are there any here? I don't think there... Okay, fine, I'll go back to the opening spot. It's always like... It's always the follow-throughs that lead to the company playing it safe. Yeah, like, I'm half expecting the next Tales of game to actually kind of play it a little safe after Arise, which I do think is a shame because there was a lot I loved about Arise, and I think it did really well, so probably nowhere near to the same extent. Just for me, personally, something from Berseria was lost along the way. And that's what I struggle with. That's where, like, my struggle is. It feels like something was just barely, like, lost along the way. Can we get, like, a ghost, please? For the quest? Can't relate to 7 because I was a Legend Dragoon player. Fair enough. I was born and raised on Persona and Final Fantasy, so I'm biased. That's just my fault in the matter. I'm biased. Like, I was born and raised on Persona 2 Eternal Punishment on the PS1 and Final Fantasy 4 on the SNES. And so my bias towards those two franchises are huge, and it is what it is. And even then, the Final Fantasy 4 we had on the SNES wasn't a legal copy because Final Fantasy 4 was never officially released in Europe at the time. It was a pirated copy that we had. But it worked and it did everything it needed to. But you know, I could tell. I remember when you started out because you used combinations of Persona 5 and 3 in your PFP. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not. Die-hard's probably the wrong word for it, but I'm not the die-hard Persona fan I used to be. I love the franchise and still have a great place in my heart, but it's like I didn't get Royal and I'm in no real rush. I said I'd cover Royal when it comes out on PS5, but even then, they announced it alongside Persona 4 Golden coming to PS5, and I'd rather play that. Because that was like the big one. That was like 2008 it came out, so like that was like I was like 9 at the time, so that was like the big one in terms of like influence for me. And I know some people aren't happy that they picked Persona 3 Portable to be remastered instead of Fez, but to be honest, Fez is the only version of the game I'll tolerate because you can actually control your whole party. Wasn't further conflicted, I can't enjoy the main story while I love the confidence. Yeah. Oh, hang on a minute. So I wasn't paying attention. How did we lose? How did she die? Oh, that's how she fucking died. What the fuck? What the hell? That's I wasn't paying attention for a split second. What the fuck happened here? What are you doing in the starting area? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Okay, if we're assuming we live this turn, we're running away, because we're not winning. Please live. Please run. Get out of here. Okay, never mind. Oh, Jesus Christ. When you are wiped out, you'll be forced to be set back to your atelier, although you will lose a portion of the items you've gathered. Be careful while fighting. Okay, fine. And then we went to bed. Jesus Christ, okay, they weren't kidding when they said harder quests. I was like, oh, it's just a ghost, it's just a basic level 1 ghost, it'll be fine. Didn't even give it a second thought, just got demolished. You may be underleveled, yeah. To be fair, I've just been playing along as I go, and not really like been trying to grind or figure it out and whatnot. Is this a grindier game, or is it like if you just keep on going and find your way, you'll eventually find your way through it kind of deal? Like, do they expect you to like knuckle down and find some places to grind out at some point, or is it relatively comfortable? Because I found Ryza relatively comfortable. Need better weapons and armor. Okay. To be fair, I've got money and resources. Let's go into town. Assuming the shops are still open. Oh no, yes. Oh no, that's world map. Wrong way. That's a good grinding stuff. It's more equipment than thingy and levels. I can understand why, but it's not exactly praiseworthy. Hey, fuck you! I'm underleveled. Hot monsters? Okay. Fucking... I'm good. I think that... I don't think we'll win against that thing. Hard grind is getting the right traits and effects to items in general. Ugh. Oh, I don't have enough. We'll hold off for now. Quite. Oh, I just realised we've gone into a new month. It's gone back to day 3. I've been paying attention to the dates at all. Shops. What's Leon? What's wrong? Is there something on my face? You really like wandering around here a lot, don't you? I was wondering this for a while, but what kind of work do you normally do? Oh, I hadn't told you. I'm an alchemist. An alchemist? I've heard about them before. But what exactly do you do? I gather materials and put them in a cauldron and stir it around and make things. I'm sorry, I don't understand at all. How can I explain it better? Oh, I know. Maybe you can come over to my place sometime. Your place? Yeah, it's a lot faster to understand alchemy by looking. With breezy aroma, your struggles are going to be area of effect in your party revival. With bombs, singular destructive power, resurrection wares can be useful as well. Okay. I'll keep that all in mind. Because I don't want to... The game constantly has new scenes and new events and new things happening, so I didn't want to go grind off screen, because I feel like I'd end up missing stuff and not being able to show as much on the camera. Which is why I didn't grind between stream 1 and 2. But I have to see, if it's going to be something where, if I reach a wall in progress, if it reaches a point where I'm clearly not progressing full stop, then yeah, we'll sort something out. Let me have to try and explain it. I see, that makes sense. I'm kind of interested too. I'll come over sometime. Okay, I'll be waiting. Can you, like, make battle clips with your battles? Battle clips? Is that something I should make? Can I make this better? And not just better quality? I mean, like, actually have better stats on it? Or do I have to wait until, like, more things can be available later? That's just the same old. Actually, what can I buy from you? Oh, right. You mean, like, actually, like, edit together shit and record shit? Oh, okay. Maybe. What about you? Have you actually, like, duplicated my item that much? Hello, Corey. Any luck with business? It hasn't changed much. I'm hardly getting any customers. I'm starting to think that a mass production store was a bad idea. I see. Maybe you can make it a regular store? People do that with later bosses because they're insane powerful. Okay. My intention... I've no real, like, intention of 100% in the game, at least not right now. My main intention is to just reach the credits. Would getting to that point require a heavy grind with resources and whatnot? Or is that relatively comfortable and it's just the post-game where it gets very, like, more precise and more levelly? That's the thing. So I don't want to be on this game forever. Is the point I'm getting at. Because, you know, so next week is going to be busy because Genshin 3.0 drops and I want to do streams on that. Soul Hackers 2 drops. This is more something extra to do. Even the credits will have a boss at stuff. Okay. I'll keep an eye on stats and build and whatnot. I found Riser 1 relatively comfortable, but there wasn't too much that bullied me around. But I also understand this is an older Gust game, so it just has different focuses of balance and different difficulty structures. Because I've noticed that, like, Blue Reflection 1, its difficulty balance was kind of a bit different. Yeah, don't worry, I wouldn't expect you to name it. See, then maybe you can make it a regular store. That's the only way for me to make use of my alchemy. You just need one item to start duplicating them, right? I'd love to have the power like that. I'd have lots of anything I wanted. That's right, but there's a toll to pay for that. A toll? In my case, my body shrinks when I duplicate something. Wait, your body? Yeah, if I duplicate too many items, I shrink in size very noticeably. Now that you mention it, you're a pretty small girl. I was never very big to begin with, but I shrank due to a toll too. If I don't push myself too hard, I eventually grow back to normal. What the fuck? Sophie 2 has some minor traits of Ryza in its mechanics. Fair enough. Well, yeah, that makes sense though, because it's later on than both Ryza 1 and 2. And so they are going to adopt things that people liked or things that worked from them into it. It'll be the same with whatever's the next Atelier game after Sophie 2. Whatever one comes next will probably be the same deal. It will adopt things from Sophie 2 while still doing its own thing. But it's a problem if it's too much at once or make complicated or rare items. Hey, see, I guess the world isn't that convenient of a place. Oh, that probably means I shouldn't ask too much for you, even though you're running a mass production store. No, I'll do the work. Please don't worry about me. I need to get more well known after all. We need to make you get more cloth. It'll be much easier for us if you could do that. Think about each character in 2. Makes me wish they had their own Atelier story. Oh, like, they go really all in on like, the character development then. Because I really liked, was her name Claudia in Ryza? I really enjoyed her character arc and enjoyed like, in seeing where she was going and whatnot. And I kind of wish they did more with her. I haven't played Ryza 2, so I have no idea if they do. Where's the shopkeep? Where? It's still daytime. Yeah, I love Claudia. Oh yeah, right. Where's the smithy's down here, right? I want to see if I can get better weaponry for anyone or anyone. Yo, baited again because I see teaser Ryza X Claudia. Apparently they go a hell of a lot heavier on that with Ryza and Claudia in the next game in 2. So I haven't played it, but that game's also based 3 years later, so it makes sense. Like I think for some developers, when the characters are portrayed as teenagers, they're hesitant to have them be in relationships full stops, just in case it gives off the wrong impression. But in Ryza 2, I think Ryza herself is like 21 or 22, because it's like 3 years later. So that's probably why they tease it a lot more. And maybe if they decide to make Ryza 3, well, I don't know if they will. I mean, it made them a shit ton of money, so maybe they will. They might actually commit on that, but who knows. The general theming, at least from what I could tell from the crossover dungeon in Blue Reflection Second Light, is that Ryza 2 has a theming of letting things go and knowing that every adventure has to come to an end. So maybe it wouldn't work if they did a third game for that. Maybe it would feel off, or like feel like it's going against the message. Anyway, Logi, you seem really busy.
Sophie.
Oh, Sophie. Sorry, just give me a minute. Oh, I can wait, but did something happen? Not really. I just have a lot of work lately, so business is bustling. Wait, that's a good thing. Sounds like everyone's recognized how skilled you are. I hope so, but the reaction is a little too big. Mind one thing about blacksmiths. They're used in early game, while armors are not discovered in your recipes. Once you can synthesize armor and weapons, blacksmiths are unneeded. Oh, okay. Once you can make your own, you don't bother. Got it. At this rate, I'll run out of materials no matter how much I collect. Oh, then maybe I can collect materials for you instead? You can? Yeah, I might be able to use alchemy to make useful stuff for you. Alchemy, huh? I don't know the details, but right now I'm desperate enough to accept help from a puny. I'm counting on you. Yeah, leave it to me. Sure, I'll be more helpful than a puny too. I'll be working here, so just bring the materials over here on your own time. You know the other thing? And this is a tiny little detail, but it's something that I didn't really think about until just now. Every single other like big Gust game I've played on this channel, I think actually I take that back. I think Knights of Azure games don't do it. They go into letterboxes anytime you talk to anyone. They letterbox the screen. Whilst this doesn't, it's a more traditional like text box. Like both the Blue Reflection games, they top and bottom of the screen letterbox in the moment you start a conversation, and I know Ryza does it as well to make it give it look like a movie-like quality. Alright, what does he need? Any ingot? I mean, there you go. Logi, that means something that could be useful. Oh, Sophie, let me see. What do you think? Yeah, original Sophie's older. Fair enough. is that I know that these games are much older, hence like there's like the DX collection of them. Like, I don't know if they were Vita or PS3 titles, but I know they are, you know, further back. And you can, to be fair, the biggest giveaway is the art style. The art style in this game is very different from a lot of their modern stuff. Did you make this? I can't believe it. I really did make it. That's rude. Oh, sorry. I was just shocked at how well made this is. So alchemy can make metals like this too, huh? I think they had a Vita port. Yeah, that makes sense. Knights of Azure 1 had a Vita port. Not just metals, I can make anything. Anything? Really? That sounds like a convenient ability. Well, anything is an exaggeration. I'm sorry, I can't make that much yet. Anyway, you really helped me out. I'll be using this material right away. Can I ask you to make more? Yeah, of course. Oh, fuck, this son of a bitch. This son of a bitch. I gave him an ingot, and it's like, nah, you need another ingot to make shit. Come on! Fine, I'm gonna empty out your stock and see if I can make some ingots. Yeah, not making anything, it gets freaking obscene. Yeah, I am, because we're still in early game, I imagine, right? Like, we haven't even finished the beginner book. We're probably still like in super early game. I imagine by the end of the game, like any RPG, it gets super insane. Like in Lion Sui, you can make the right item to hit for 10 to 100k damage. Right, ingots. I really need to start favoriting things. Like, that was my worst habit in Riser. I never favorited anything, so I ended up scrolling through everything for forever trying to find it. Anything good, or is it just averages? Worthless. Oh Jesus. Okay, fine. Decaying damage, decaying. No magic. You can make a tent that is inside is the size and the same as a regular atelier. Good company, you never favorited either. I just forget to. I know it's there and it's helpful, I just don't get around to it. That's cool though, being able to have like an on-the-fly atelier later on. Decaying, damage. Fine, I'll accept my lumps, I'll just make these. Nice. Yeah. So make sure you pay attention to trait combinations. That's inferior. So the idea, so if you can bend freaking space, is crazy. Yeah. So I am curious what changes in Ferris and Lide, or Liddy, or however you pronounce that, Lydie and Saray. I am curious how this series like develops, because it's part of, you know, it's part of a trilogy. It's doing its own thing separate. And I'm aware through, you know, the PS Premium system, I can get a bunch of PS3 Atelier games as well, but I'm not sure I'm going to go that far at any point. Oh geez, I'm only getting 1 point for this, I just noticed. So we've got this. If I could find a way to get this, I don't think I have anything that'll get it there. It's like to max out to be at 6x6. That would be brilliant, but I don't think there's anything I have that will get me there. Honestly, while the pronunciation is wrong, it's much better than the actual pronunciation. Fair enough. Pause real quick. What's up? Oh, what do you mean, like, because you can do this? Breaks up panels, pay attention to your colours. Yeah. I need to get a bunch of blues in. So if I could make it a 66 or 6x6 panel count and go with that specific colour. Oh, right. Do I have any blues of this? No, I don't. Do I have any? Oh, no, sorry, that's that. Okay, yeah, I get it. If I can't get it to 66, I'm not going to craft it. I'm just testing to see if I can. Or get even remotely close to it. No, I don't think we're going to get anywhere close to that. Never mind. So if you use a blue item, put more blues in with any colour. Of course, you rig it to get 6x6. Yeah, I probably can, but I don't think it's going to happen right now. I think we need something here that's blue as well, and then we can get it. It's vital to get an effects you wish. Yeah. Or quality worthless, Jesus Christ. That's slightly less. I have yellows. I could try and push that direction instead. Ah! I think that is better than what we've got, though. Bits of booth items, weapons of transman. I think that is better than what we've got, so I'll make it. In terms of like the extra boosts and whatnot, but Anyway, let's try and move out. What the fuck? You two, firstly, get off my lawn. Secondly, it's raining. Get out of here. I saw that on the menu. I was like, what the? Why are those kids back behind my house again? Anyway. Oh, it's church. Just want to see if you got anything new. Well, we don't have any in stock, but you could sell us a pious talisman. Do you always have the same thing? I was hoping that if I donated more, I'd get better items later on. But maybe I'm just being too generous. At least the music's nice every time I go to the church. I need to pick up some kind of request. I was literally just about to say, let's go out. I was like, we have nothing to do. Cafe. Oh, hello, Tess. Can we do some I don't know if I've got any materials, but we could maybe see about trading. Hello. Welcome, Sophie. You got a nice smile today as usual. Really? Yeah, but... What is it? Well, you're always wearing similar looking clothes. You've got such a cute face. You wear something more stylish. You think so? I'm always wearing the same thing too, Tess. I'm wearing this shop's uniform. That's the uniform? Oh, jeez. That is one of those cafes, huh? Oh, right. By the way, are the bunnies part of the uniform? No, this is my own original edition. The Meister allows them too. Mr. Horse really into bunny ears or something? Have we discovered a king? That's quite a misunderstanding. No. The rabbit ears are popular with the children. That's why I allowed them. Oh, I see. First time hearing that. I thought it's because it's popular with male customers. Okay. Probably shouldn't push this issue too much further. Yeah. Oh, I've got nothing. We can at least have a look at what you've got. Okay. Right, do you have any requests that I can
ど
do
の依頼を
that isn't fighting hell beasts?
あ
I mean, I'll pick it up. I'm not expecting to win. I'll pick it up. It'll go get rinsed. If we can somehow do it, it might be enough to advance the plot.
ど ま
Wait, you actually helping? Oh, it's the weekend. You actually do help your mother when it's the weekend. Oh, you got something else to talk about? Oh, hello, Corey. Hello, Sophie. Hello. Corey, is it just me, or did you get shorter? That's possible. I had an unusually high number of orders yesterday, so I worked very hard. Oh, that must be the toll you mentioned before. Are you okay? I thought if you work too hard, your body won't go back to normal. Seeing how much I duplicated, I might not turn back to the way I was before. What? That's a big problem. You shouldn't push yourself like that. I'll be okay. I'm regularly taking countermeasures for times like this. Really? What are you doing? I swear to God, if she says she eats her 5 a day or something, or drink milk, that's the other one I was going to say. I drink milk all the time. Okay, what else? Look, if drinking milk was the key to being tall, I would have been 6 foot. Because I had a fair amount of milk growing up as a kid, but no, I'm like 5'5". So I eat lots of food and hang down from high places to stretch. You're not a cat. I see. You're doing your best. Yes, if I work every day towards growing bigger, I'll be just fine duplicating a few too many items. You're a hard worker. If I don't push myself too hard, my height grows back to the way it was pretty quickly. I'd be happy if you didn't hold back. I brought lots of things from me. Okay, I get it. I'll buy lots of things. Get more cloth in stock, will you? Oh, actually, I have like no of them, so I'll get some. I have a well. I have my own well. I don't need to buy well water. All right, let's go get our ass kicked by this dragon. Alright, let's try and find this hell beast. It's probably going to be inside. Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to fight you, but I guess we can deal with you first. I expect nothing from you guys. Okay, they're not in here. Is it here only here during the daytime then? Let's pick up stuff to 10 o'clock. Actually, there is one more zone. The masterless gazebo. Oh god, yeah, here it is. Just be nice, be nice. Don't be like level 50. The music's already worrying me. Boost defense. Actually, defense. Boost defense. I always forget about the offense-defense mechanic. You use that, because I think we're going to have to be relying on it. You use that. And then next turn, we've got bombs on Sophie as well, so I'll get her on the bomb throwing. Then it will just be the main man who's doing the physical attacks. I'm going to slow this down so I can pay attention more to damage values. Actually, yeah, use that on yourself so you live another turn. I want to advance the main plot before we wrap up, that's all. That's my priority. What on earth was that, and why am I scared? I'm glad it missed, but oh. Okay, I think keep the trend we've got. Yeah, okay, we're nearly there. I will save my last medium. Just for the extra chip damage, and you just go in for the slash, and I think that might do it. Literally half their health, Jesus. Nice, we got him. Reinforce was gained. What's that? Is that like another defensive skill? And we got the evil core. Sorry, 1 second. Mother Dearest sends a message. Can't ignore Mother Dearest. Oh, no, I don't want to fight two of you. Oh my god. How many things we look at? Like, oh my god, it covers the whole screen. Let's get out of here. That'll be useful. What, the demon cores? Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah, we've maxed up the level of the thing. That's why we're getting like 1,000,000 items. A good son. Oh, thank you. Now, I am... regardless of where I'm streaming or not, there are two people that no matter what, I'll always pause for. And one of them is my mother. The other of them is a very close childhood friend of mine who... What? No, I travel. Thank you. Who, struggles a lot with anxiety and one of nature's extremely shy people, and so I always make sure to have time for her. Like if she messages me about anything, I always just stop. Everyone else can wait. I'm done streaming. Unless it's something important. If it's something like super important for whatever reason, then obviously not, but you know. Oh, I have some high quality shit. Does she care? And no, she means a lot to me. She's a very... She knows this. She's a very important friend of mine, and I always want to make sure she's okay, and so she gets top priority with anything. Because she is, it's the only way to put it, she's one of nature's shies. It doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter. She just struggles with people. It's not that she's introverted, because I'm introverted. It's genuinely that like she struggles. Like if there's lots of people around, or she's having to talk to people, she will kind of freeze up, and she will just not know what to do, and it will freak her out. And so I always make sure I have time for her, and I'm always like, she knows that I'm around, sort of thing. I kind of want to move this here, and have that there. That one cover that. So I want to try and get as much red out of this as possible. Nice. Thank you. Remember the boat with certain friends of mine. Yeah. And funnily enough, actually no, I was gonna say funnily enough, her name's actually a character in this game, but I don't think that'd be fair on her, so I'll hold off. I know. Actually, it's pretty obvious, so I don't think she'd mind. I know 5 Sophies in my life. I know. And so it's funny. I was going to say it's funny that we're playing, you know, a game called Sophie when that conversation was brought up. And I'm not kidding about that. I know 5 Sophies. One of them's like that childhood friend. One of them is, I kid you not, my sister. And the other 3 are people I knew from college. And I used to call them the 3 S's, and they'd get really annoyed at me when I was in college. I kind of want to stack out on bombs, so I want to make one more set of these if I can. I don't want to use that though, because I've only got one left. I kind of want to make it so I've still got one of everything as we go, just in case I need it for something else. I think I did that in Blue Reflection a lot as well. I always made sure I had at least one of everything, just in case. She's been to the place who's been clutched it. Well, to be fair, I know someone called Monica. It's not spelt the same way, it's spelt with a C, but I know someone called Monica as well. Heat causes continuous damage, so burn them, and enhances item effect according to strength of traits present. So what, is it just... So it just boosts those two effects, the fire damage and inflict burns? Wouldn't that just... Oh, my misunderstanding. Like, wouldn't it just enhance the two things on the effect page? Because if that's the case, then it's better than carries heat, because that one boosts both of them. And I have to make sure I equip it on someone, because that's my worst habit. I go out to a dungeon and you're like, ah, shit, I've got to actually equip it to someone. Yep, these are legit names. I'm just going on the writer's mind when he came up with the name. I'll get one with Monica with a K. I like that they're sort of traditional, but not quite. Like, obviously Plashter isn't, but like a lot of the names, like, they have traditional roots, but they've just, you know, took a twist on it. Like how Monica, it's still, you know, the traditional name Monica, but it's spelt slightly different. So the better the stats, the better the character will be. Yeah, that's just a thing. I'm just saying which one of these two is trait enhance what I think it is what I'm saying. Does that boost everything that's on the effect page on the bomb? Or is that, oh, am I misunderstanding and that's something else? Yeah. I do need to make more charms though for those boosts on the main girl. Let's do that. Oh geez, we've only got enough to make a little. So actually, let's put you down first so we can work around you. Like that. Fun fact, my best mate brought this game because he likes redheads. Aww. If I was full aggro player, yeah. I get that. It's like, for me, like I said, it was the pull-in was because I adored Blue Reflection Second Light. And the fact that there's a BR DLC dungeon in Sophie 2, I was like, oh no, I need to get Sophie 2. And because I liked Riser, I was like, well, it's another Atelier game. And to be fair, although this is different from Riser, I am enjoying this a lot. I clicked on almost instantly that this game's supposed to be a lot cozier. Like, you're not expected to, you know, chase the next adventure and, you know, do X, Y, and Z. You are expected to kind of just take your time and take it for what it is. And because of that, like, because I picked up on that immediately, at least early on, I'm like, I'm just enjoying it for what it is, you know? I'm not going, oh, it should be this, it should be that. I get what the game's going for, and I appreciate it. I'm new to Blue Reflection. BR1 is clunky, but it's also kind of short. But there are threads in it that carry over into BR Second Light. BR Second Light, I won't spoil anything, but in my humble opinion, is genuinely one of the best Gust games. This really climbed up. Like, so I did 2 full playthroughs because it's one of those games where unfortunately you physically can't get the true ending unless you're in New Game Plus. You can only get the normal ending on your first run. But there's unique scenes and unique moments scattered throughout the entire game in NG Plus that I felt it was worth it, and so I ended up streaming the whole game twice. To mix it up, I'd made my second playthrough on the game's hardest difficulty. I enjoy Signal's environment design, so my jokes. Yeah, my biggest thing, it wasn't necessarily the environment design. outside of Kokoro's Heartscape, the opening dungeon, that is a beautiful opening dungeon, and it on the second playthrough, it already felt nostalgic to me, and I think there's a credit to that deserves to be acknowledged. Item power maximum count 2, his attack, 60% damage. I'm gonna take the attack boost. Fuck it, I'll go for aggro. But my favourite dungeon is actually Reina's, and it's almost entirely because of the music. Because the theme is extremely symbolic of Reina's entire character, where she was a very miserable, very one-note person who found love, who found something to hold on to, found something to be passionate about. But then the person, or the thing that she's in love with, and the person she's in love, I won't spoil who it is, she then learned was deadly sick, and there was nothing she could do to stop it. And it was the mental conundrum of her finally finding something to matter in her life, and then have it very quickly suddenly just be ripped from under her. Now what does she do? And I felt the theme of it, called A Hopeful Astra, sold that perfectly, because you can hear like the bubble, you can hear like the bounce of like the track finding, of like where she found her love, she found her reason, she found her joy and happiness. But there's this soft piano in the background that you don't really register until you understand what's going on better, and then you can hear like the sorrow that the piano's carrying. And it's one of the tracks that also carries the main theme's leitmotif in it, and it's like, so it just adds to everything. Like, it's her own journey, so it has its own thing. It's one you want to make a lot of electric bombs, as it will get your characters more time to attack. Oh, it has less hit them turn delay. It's freaking deep. Yeah, to be fair, the whole of Blue Reflection's Second Light is beautifully deep with character writing. My favourite character in the game, and it's in the description of this video on my waifu list, is Uta Komagawa. She's a phenomenally well written character, because she has the entire Blue Reflection series has a central theme on empathy. So what do? They throw in a character who physically can't understand emotions, read expressions, or understands how they feel, and that's Uta. They throw in a character that has no idea how to process empathy or understand it, and never has been able to for all her life. Can't read facial expressions, doesn't understand what expressions are and how they work, and just genuinely has no understanding of emotions. Review of this stuff. I did used to write reviews back when I was a teenager, and to be fair, a lot of the reason why I structure my mind and do a lot of things, and I really hope this doesn't come across as me gloating or like bragging, I write. And so I pay a lot of attention to character depth in a lot of things, because I've been writing since I was like 11 years old. I'm working on a big fantasy book called The Demon of Xenelheim. And it's like, because I've spent so much time writing, I pick up on character traits a lot more, and that's like the biggest thing I focus on with a lot of things. And once you start, at least for me, when I started focusing on that, that's when my appreciation for music really started to explode, because the music can sell characters' emotions without the character having to say something if handled right. A perfect example of this is the entire Guilty Gear Strive soundtrack. Every single character theme is a perfect representation of what that character is and what they're going through, without the characters themselves having to say anything. You don't need to be told that Leo's got survivor's guilt because the song sells it so well to you. You don't need to know that Gold Lewis has doubts about his business and doubts about his life but feels like he's too far gone in it. The song does that. I consider it bragging, as honestly, your thoughts and styles will fall out on thank you, articulate. As I failed to pronounce articulate the first time round because my slight dyslexia kicked in immediately. But yeah, like, I pay attention to a lot of that stuff because, obviously, if there's something I'm not used to or not expecting or unfamiliar with, it's something that can be inspiration. It's something that can make me think about something else and help with my own writing. So of course I pay attention to it. And I guess as the time's gone on, I've become more critical towards some things. It's why I'm not the biggest fan of Yuri bait that much anymore, because I'm kind of tired of it. I would Ruch Marva, I said. Like I said, much rather them either do or die. Either don't do it at all, or completely commit and have them get together. I mean, one of the most frustrating but well-handled scenes is Uta, and only Uta in Second Light, you can romance. You can go on dates with any of the characters, but when you max out like their not social link, they're always like, oh, you're a great friend, you're a wonderful friend. Uta, her entire story arc is her trying to learn what emotion is through understanding what love is by thinking about her late grandmother. And there's a point. Small suggestion: if you feel like you're stumbling, pause, brief, say it slower. Yeah, that's my. I hear you, dude. You're not the first to tell me that. It's a bad habit of mine. If I get excited about a topic, I just talk quicker, and eventually I start biting my tongue. And when mixed with dyslexia, I don't have it as bad as most. Like, I can write and read just fine. It's when I'm reading out loud, I tend to stumble on. I tend to sometimes stumble, which is kind of counterintuitive when you consider the games I play. No, don't worry about it, dude. I appreciate it. Seriously, I don't take any offense. I appreciate it. I'm just saying you're not the first to tell me that. I really do appreciate it. I do, because you're older and a bit more wiser with that stuff. My little sister has dyslexia. Oh, so you have the actual experience of seeing it from someone else as well. I thought I was going to say. Oh no, I remember. Blue Reflection Second Light's another game that commits because of it. But with Uta's story arc, throughout all of it, she talks about the fact that her grandmother noticed one day when Uta was a child that she was staring at a sunflower. Yeah, I appreciate that, dude. Don't get me wrong. I said I didn't take any offense or anything like that. I appreciated the comment. It helps me, I do need to slow down a bit more. It's just a bad habit of mine. But yeah. Anyway, she talks about sunflower, and I'm trying to get my mind together now. And how the grandmother thought she liked the sunflower, when in reality Uta was just mindlessly staring at it. So the grandmother made a huge sunflower field, but Uta stopped visiting the grandmother, so never got to see it until after the grandmother died of old age, and Uta's mother dragged her to that farm to be like, look at what your grandmother did. And Uta came to the conclusion that she must be a broken human because she felt nothing when she saw the sunflower field. She knew why her grandmother made it, but because she felt nothing, she just convinced herself she must be a broken human, and not because she just didn't understand emotion, empathy, and expressions. But as you go through her story arc, she starts to talk about how her heart beats a little quicker when she sees sunflowers, and it's about trying to teach her that, yeah, that's the love you had for your grandmother. And then at the end of the story arc, there's a point where Uta admits that, and she goes, I think the way I feel towards sunflowers is the love I had for my grandmother. And then, I kid you not, she turns to Al and it says, I tend to get the same feeling in my heart when you hold my hand. And Al, the protagonist, the fucking idiot that she is, goes, what do you mean? And Uta goes, don't worry, I know what I meant. I'm just happy being able to say that. And I was just like, you fucking idiot, Al. She confessed to you. She just told you she loved you, you idiot. She just danced around it a little bit. But she's the only character that does that. Every other character just says, Al's you're a great friend when you reach the end of the game. Uta's the only one that confesses. And it makes sense because both the protagonist, Al, and Uta are the outcasts of the group. Everyone else tends to fit together and fit the theming of the theming of empathy really strongly. The protagonist, her placement in the story doesn't make sense, and that's a plot point that it doesn't make sense. And Uta's existence doesn't make sense, and it's a plot point that it doesn't make sense. You're both outcasts of your own group. And so the fact that those are the ones that click was really clever story writing. And that's ignoring the fact that there's already a canonical gay couple, and they couple up only halfway through the game. So unlike most stories where you only see it happen in the credits, you actually get to see those two discover each other in a relationship sense and figure things out between them. And it's really cute. And so I am biased, but I really fell in love with Second Light. I think that game is phenomenal. And it has 2 DLC dungeons. It has 2 DLC dungeons. It has the obligatory beach episode dungeon, because of course it does. And the other one is a crossover dungeon with Riser 2. Where you go to set locations from Riser 2, and you can fight some Atelier Riser enemies, and it plays Riser music in it. But yeah, Blue Reflection 1, it's super fun, but it's clunky as hell, and there's a lot of ideas it establishes that it doesn't really do much with. But then Blue Reflection 2 almost completely throws the first game out the window and makes a new starting point, only keeping set themes and set ideas. The only reason why I say you need to play the first one first is because they reference the events of that game in the second one a fair amount. Because the protagonist of the first game, you meet her in the second game. She's not the main character in the second, you play as a different protag in the second, but you meet the first game's protag, and she's still trying to figure things out from the first game's ending. And at the end of the game, so I won't spoil it, but at the end of the game, they also leave things open for a potential third game. So I've been crossing my fingers since then, because of how much I loved it, that at some point they will make a Blue Reflection 3. And I think it will happen, because it was a part of Gust's initiative to bring more awareness to the series. They greenlit 3 projects at the same time, after Blue Reflection 1. They greenlit an anime, which I haven't watched yet, but I've heard was alright. They greenlit a direct sequel, and they greenlit a mobile game that's yet to come out. Which is why all of them, Blue Reflection Second Light, is called Blue Reflection Tai. It's not called Blue Reflection 2 Second Light, it's called Blue Reflection Tai Second Light. Whilst the mobile game is called Blue Reflection Sun. And the anime, its name slips my mind, but it's another, Blue Reflection Blur, and then, that sort of thing. I was talking to my buddy too. Yeah, because the first game is fun. I feel I need to stress that. It's a high-end 7 out of 10. As in, it's not going to break any records or break any expectations. It's good at what it does, but it's not anything more than that. It's just, yeah, that was pretty fun, and then you're done, you're done. Whilst the sequel, ignoring the fact it's literally double the length, quad the length, you count having to do a second playthrough for the true ending. It's just it commits to everything it does, and I feel like it masters it. The only thing I miss is that the first game had kaiju battles where you fought 50-foot tall god monsters, and they had unique battle setups for it, and they're completely gone in the sequel. And I get it because they were focusing in other directions and whatnot, but I hope in a third game they find a way to bring that back, because I kind of missed the insanity that was the kaiju battles in the second game. Anyway, let's see what Leon wants. I'm coming in, Sophie. Oh, Leon, welcome! Came over to watch your alchemy, like we planned the other day. Feel free to make yourself at home. Like the book, just watching over the edge. So how about it? What do you think? A technique using materials to create different things? To be honest, I'm pretty impressed. You've got a wonderful skill here. I'm happy you feel that way. I got to see something great today. Anyway, I should get going soon. Oh, you're leaving already? Oh, Platchta, if you're going to startle her, you can't just pop out like that. Hey, that book just talked, didn't it? Oh no, too late. Yes, I'm sorry for the late introduction. My name is Platchta. So your name's Platchta, a talking book. That's pretty amazing. I'm amused. Huh? She's not shocked. In fact, she's having fun? Academy sure is profound. I really like it. Anyway, I'll see you again, Sophie. Thanks for today. I really mean it. Well, Sophie's the one that's confused. Oh, she left. She's very unique. It sounds like she likes alchemy, so that's good. Let's go turn in this quest before I forget. Hey, I beat your evil dragon. Nice. Sure, I'll turn that in now. Is this going to push us over the edge for the thing? Oh, okay, no. I was going to say, that enemy rinsed us before. I'll come back later for you. Nice. A friendly persona can now be synthesized. Alright, let's head back. Anything new to talk about? Head home. That should do it. I'm able to make a lot of things now. Your pages are filling up little by little, Plashta. Does this mean I'm going to get access to the next stage of recipes now? Or do I have to do something else first? Thanks. Thanks to you, I've regained another memory. Really? What kind of memory is it this time? Apparently, I used to be an alchemist. I think that was kind of obvious, if I'm honest, with how much you knew about alchemy and how much you was telling us that we're shit at it at the start of the game. Huh. So that's why you know so much about alchemy. But that's pretty amazing. You're a book, yet you are also an alchemist? No, it seems I wasn't always a book. I was a human before I took this form. What? You're kidding me. You were human before? Yes. Then, why did you become a book? Do you really like books? So much that you wanted to become one? Or did you mess something up whilst using alchemy? I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I still can't remember anything about that. However, it seems I placed my soul within a book to accomplish something very important. Something important? But, I guess we can't do anything about it if you don't remember. Hey, Plashta, I thought of something. You said you were human before, right? Then maybe, just maybe if you were able to turn back into a human, then all of your memories would come back at once. Although I'm not sure about that. If it was possible to return to human form, I don't think that would be too far-fetched. Really? Alright, in that case, no, I believe it would require extremely advanced chemical techniques. I doubt you could perform that as you are now. You're right, I don't even have the slightest idea what I'd need to do. I'm thankful that you're thinking about me, but its feasibility seems low. I thought it was a good idea. Plashta told you about a new gathering field you remembered. I'll have to head there. Firstly... Oh my goodness, look at how many of these we've got. Actually, let me back out and go back in it again. Make sure I get the best quality ones. Not that it seems to matter, actually, looking at it. Okay, so I was gonna say, can I try and organize them a bit better? But, no. I can try and boost one, but that's about it. Where's that green one? Let's stick you there. So I'm trying to figure out my planning as I go. The gears are turning in my head. That works out. Nice. Now what's down? I'm guessing that's a plot thing that we just can't make yet. Aha! Buy 300, sell for 300. Got it. And what's this one? Just on your next limit. So what's down? Do I have to get this as well first? Or I'm guessing that might just be plot thing. Oh, because I completely forgot. Put some bombs on you. Oh, what I've got's better. Damn, that's unfortunate. Ooh, who has the least amount of health? I do. Me get priority. Right, I need to try and see if I can find, before I get into growth recipes too much, I want to see if I can figure out do I need to pick up Ramel flour or can I just make it and it will give it to me? Oh, hang on, hang on. Jesus. Actually, no, these ones are going to be awkward. Let's get these out of the way first. If I can get that to 16 and nothing else matters. Damn it. Damn it. There's got to be a combination that can get 1 point more. There has to be. I just need to find it. Actually, you know what will be easier? If I can, not having that one. I feel like that's part of the problem. Nice, there we go. We got the extra. I knew there was a way around it. I'll take that as is. Recovery item enhanced by tiny amount. Bestow skill power effect with skill power and MP consumption. Increases item power by maximum count. Sure. Nice. Okay, let's get there. Filling! We're 2 points short of crumbly. But damn it, this is where it starts, isn't it? This is how you end up like getting too into it too much. It's like you end up trying to prioritize it and be like, nope, we need to hit this right, we need to hit this right. Nice, very filling, and it still says none when we got to stage 2. What? Oh well. Still taking it. Oh, so that's how you make your own bagel. Nice. So we've effectively cleared this list, minus that one plot item we can't get down there. Which, if I'm honest, I still wanted to make some plot progress. That is plot progress, so I'm going to go check that new area. And after that, I think it'll be a good time to wrap up. Oh, it's way out there. It's not the only one, though. Oh my god. The wood cabin. Mountain boundary. The leisure plaza. Let's try this because it's the closest. Uh-oh. Oh god, how many? Okay, nothing's too strong, thank goodness. Let's reinforce. Increases max HP. That could be helpful in a boss fight, I'll keep that in mind. But yeah, for the rest of the schedule, I was going to take tomorrow off, but because of the internet issue we had on Sunday with this temperature, as the loud vehicle passes by, thanks to that, I'm going to be streaming more Knights of Azure 2 tomorrow to make up for it. So it'll be Thursday, it'll be more Atelier Sophie. Friday, more Knights of Azure. If I finish Knights of Azure 2, which I don't think I'm that far off, I think it'll be like 2 or 3 more streams and we'll be done, because the game I think is only 7 chapters long and we're in chapter 5. When we finish, up until Genshin comes out, Genshin 3.0 and Sorakas 2 next week, my focus will be just this game. But I won't pick up another thing to do, sort of thing. I'll just stream more of this game. Ooh, Aura Break. TriStar. Skyfall Shovel. To see what they are next fight. Anyway, let's see what this area is about. I don't know why I keep on pressing R1. I keep on expecting that to be sprint for some reason. Okay, nothing obscure or strange about the enemies. Seems pretty same old, to be honest. Well, other than the fact that there's red punies here. And they're both charging up skills immediately. What's this? Magic damage, high break, small area. That'll reach, I think. And you got physical damage, but a medium area. So everyone's got groups, okay. And you can't use yours because we haven't got enough SP. But it's single target. Okay, so you're the other way around. You've gone from group to single. I wonder if there's more party members in this game, or whether these are like the main 4 playables for the rest of the ride. Because to be honest, if we can get another party member, I'm kind of tempted to swap Oscar off. So I don't find him that useful in anything, at least right now. Oh damn! Meanwhile, Monica's just... Meanwhile, Monica's a badass! I know it ripped a hole in that SP, but I don't plan to stay here long anyway. I just wanted to do some basic looting and then wrap up and make myself some lunch. Maybe I'm feeling hungry enough that I actually want to make myself something instead of just having a snack. because I usually only have like two. Like, if I'm not in the mood, I only have like 2 meals a day, breakfast and dinner. And like at midday, I might just have like a small snack to keep, like, if I'm really in the mood, and that's about it. But I'm actually kind of peckish, so I might make myself something. Put the oven on. I can actually do that because it's cool enough. We're past the heat wave in the UK. We somehow survived 2 heat waves in 6 weeks. And I wish I was kidding. We've hit 36 degrees twice in 6 weeks. And it's been holding there. And then reach that temperature, hold it for like 4 or 5 days. We haven't had rain. Before today, my corner of the country hadn't had rain for 5 weeks. At all. And even then, when it did rain last, it was like a spitting. It was barely anything. Anyway. Yes?
Yeah, Sophie.
Oh, hello, Sophie. Oh, Sir Julio. I just happen to have some business nearby, so I figured I'd drop by for a chat.
Sophie.
Ah, Sophie, you home? We come for a visit. Hey, Oscar. You need to knock before you barge into people's houses. Monica, Oscar, why are you both here? No particular reason, but Oscar said... Oh, hello, Sir Julio. Hello, Monica. Oscar, you seem to be doing well today. The atelier is quite lively now. Yeah. Oh, right, this is the perfect chance to talk to you all about something. About what? It's about Plushta. She just recently remembered an amazing memory. Hmm? What kind of memory? You're going to be shocked. It turns out Plushta used to be human. What? Is that true? Plushta wasn't always a book? Is it possible for a human to turn into a book? Even something like that is possible. It seems alchemy is more profound than I imagined. I figured that was important, so I thought I'd tell you all. That means everyone needs to treat Plushta properly, like a human being. I think I've been doing that from the start. Yes, I always considered Plushta like a friend and treated her as such. Yeah, same here. It doesn't matter if she's a person or a book. Plushta's Plushta. Now that you mention it, you're right. Isn't that great, Plushta? Yes, I was concerned about how they would react. Anyway, since everyone's here, I should have tea and snack. We should have tea and snacks. Do you have time? Are you okay for me to be here as well? No problems here after all. I was waiting for this. That's actually what Oscar came here for. I'll go get everything ready. Just wait a little while. Everyone had fun, including Plushta. We got crumbs all over the pages. That was fun. Yes, it's been a while since I've talked that much. Seems like everyone had more questions than usual. They might have said things like that before, but it seems like the fact that you used to be a human was a big deal. That may be so. Although I feel sorry that I couldn't answer most of their questions. Yeah, I hope all your memories come back soon. Yes, I hope so too. I'll do my best to make that happen. Aw. So there's our plot for the week. For the stream. Alright, so, I know I'm already getting distracted. We can do 300 pies and cells super quick, right? Just get on the board before we leave. No, the general shop's there, we can go there. Oh, she's not open. I guess I'll see if I can get money elsewhere. Oh, jeez, yeah. I wish all the quests could be asking for punables. And I'm hesitant to turn that in. And that should do the first half of that bit, right? And chickwoods, there's a lot of them. Right, if I check my recipes. Oh no, we need to actually sell and make 300, not... Oh, I would have thought that would have done it for the purchase. I guess it just literally just means item purchases and whatnot. Oh well. Something wrong? You look, you're spacing out. Oh, I was just thinking about how pretty your clothes are, Leon. That's all. That should be obvious. They're clothes that I made, after all. Wow, you're really confident. Of course I am. You can't run a shop if you don't have confidence in your own goods. To make use of all your skills to create the best goods possible for your customers. That's the pride of an artisan. You're so cool. Oh, really? That's not a bad feeling when you say that. Who exactly are you, anyway? What do you mean by that? I mean, you're able to make way prettier clothes than any other shop in town. Are you actually a real famous or amazing person, Leon? Amazing person, huh? I don't know what qualifies to be called amazing, but I'm myself. I'm just a wandering beauty in clothier, Leon. Nothing more, nothing less. You just called yourself a beauty. What's wrong about that? I'm pretty confident in my looks. Never said it was wrong. I think you're really beautiful too. Oh, that's good then. Anyway, enough talk about me. Feel free to come visit my shop anytime. Hey, I need to burn 300 monies. There we go. And then it's kind of shit, so I can send it straight back to you. I don't want to sell the bombs. Oh man, do you want a bagel for 39 gold? Actually, we got so many of these. Oh, what's the wrong button? I was like, we could just sell a treasure trove of these. There we go. Now we're on the board. Oh, we have to actually go back. Right, got it. You know what would be nice? To be able to break them up by recipe book. I think that would help the most. Being able to, if I had a way to separate them by recipe book, if we're going to get more and more of these. Oh, it's an entirely green. Nice. We got 5 of them? Damn. Cut MP, consume, boost the... Give me the stat boost. And what's next in the book, so we know what we're working for next stream. Investigating pond. Forgotten nursery. Oh, so we need to go to the nursery and find something there. Got it. Okay. But I think that is a good wrap-up point for me. So I am going to save here. As always, thank you so much for watching. Sorry for that weird internet stip at the start we had. I wish I knew what caused that, but I'm hoping it was just a blip and it won't fucking again. But we'll see. As always, thank you so much for watching. This game is so goddamn cute, and I'm really endeared by it. And so hopefully we can keep playing it and keep enjoying it and just keep a work through it. We just need to not have a stream that has problems next time, hopefully. Until then, though, you guys take care now, and I'll see you tomorrow for more Nights of Azure.